Storm Area 51 is just 1 week away. What's a harmless way they could stop us all? Not the face. Fun fact, Slim Pickens' entry into comedy was the confluence of bad luck and people shutting the fuck up. As a precondition for making Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, Columbia Pictures required Kubrick cast Peter Sellers in no fewer than 4 roles for the movie. So Kubrick did President Merkin Muffley, Group Captain Lionel Mandrick, the eponymous Doctor Strangelove, and Major T.J. King Kong. Maj. Kong was probably Sellers' most difficult role in the film, because of Kong's heavy Texas accent. However, with the aid of a tape recorder and a specialist on set, Sellers was able to master it. Then tragedy, Sellers sprained his ankle so badly that he was unable to move around the B-52 cockpit set as his role demanded. So last-minute recast, Kubrick calls in a guy he remembers, Slim Pickens. Pickens is pretty much a guy stuck playing bit roles in westerns, no major acting credentials to speak of, so he thinks, okay, I like getting paid, I'll do it. Pickens basically has been typecast his entire career because he pretty much is just like the characters he's been playing. So he flies over to England, and shows up at the studio wearing his leather boots, a fringed jacket, and a cowboy hat, and the reaction from the people he runs into on set is, oh, you're already in costume, not realizing that's just how he dresses. So all through filming of Strangelove, Kubrick has basically been a manipulative little shit to make sure his actors gave him what he wanted. He pulled stunt with Pickens. He never told Pickens the film was a comedic satire, because he wanted Pickens to play the role straight because it was just so perfect. They even went so far as to hide the whole rest of the script from Pickens so he never knew anything outside his role as Kong. In the end, that wasn't what soured Pickens on working with Kubrick, but rather his perfectionism, having to do over 100 takes on just the scene where Kong rides the bomb alone. When he was offered the role of the chef in another Kubrick film, The Shining, he said the only way he'd accept the role was if it was put into his contract that Kubrick would have to get his scenes in less than 100 takes. Instead of picking a fight with Kubrick, Pickens' agent gave the script to Scatman Crothers instead. Nobody is going to charge the gates. This is just going to be a gathering of weirdos and pothieds in the middle of nowhere. Sort of like a derelict Burning Man. I live about 2 hours away from the base and see this in the news every morning now. Trust me, they're ready and are not taking this lightly. They're likely already monitoring hotel bookings and car rentals in Vegas and the surrounding towns pretty closely. My guess is that if it looks like it's going to be more than a minor problem, they'll close down the highway turnoffs from both Highway 95 and 375. There aren't all that many, and off-roading in Nevada desert is nigh impossible. Edit, since I'm getting a ton of people asking, the terrain generally looks like this. It's loose sandy dirt, large rocks, scraggly waist-high bushes that are spaced close together and small cholya cactus with spines that can and will puncture tires. I would guess that a few people will bring drones and try to fly them over Area 51 to take photos/video, only to find out how quickly the military shoots them down. Do drones have that kind of range? From the entrance on the highway to the base itself is like 20 miles or so. Plus you can just get on Google Earth if you really want to see what it looks like. It just looks like some runways and some buildings. I think the Phantom can do about 4 miles. Anything top secret will be in hangars or hidden well before the Area 51 party begins, and the military has kinds of jammers for drones. So any drone will probably crash pretty quickly, they won't need to shoot it down. Step 1. Flyover that coats the attendees in a fine misting of glue. Step 2. Second flyover that coats the attendees in a heavy layer of bird seed. Step 3. Release several flocks of swans that have been starved for a week. Step 4. Play Kung Fu Fighting over the speaker system. Edit. Holy shit, people. My top rated on comment is now about swans, you bastards. Thanks all of the folks that have awarded me, I'm utterly speechless. 3. There was a huge issue in the UK when Boris Johnson wanted to invest in these huge water cannon to use on rioters. But he couldn't get the go-ahead to use them. So now the government has this huge bill and a bunch of vehicles it can't use. I don't think they should spray water at people. When you get wet, you've just gotta run away and dry off. Until then, you can just keep rioting and getting more and more soaked. Not a deterrent. No, not water. Lemonade. You don't just get wet and dry off, you get wet and sticky and go home. Roadblocks/closures, what I assume they're going to do. Right now you can drive to the checkpoint gate. Some tours take you there. I would assume they close that entire road and set up an additional checkpoint much nearer to Rachel NV. I stayed at an inn in Rachel NV. As far as I could tell, the inn was Rachel NV, nothing else. It was alien themed and had nice people. There was a sign on the front door saying they were completely booked the day of the Storm Area 51 event, which I thought was funny. Y'all think it's a joke, but I work in corporate security. If there is even a rumor there might be a public gathering, there is a detail set specifically for that. They're not waiting around hoping it's a bluff. Yeah, it's just going to be a, this is not a drill for them. Be honest though, it would be easier than almost any drill they have run ever. All they would probably need to do is set up a small convention-like gathering with information pamphlets and several armed guards along with a few extra hands to take care of anyone who attempts to get unruly. Maybe even set up a spin the wheel, get a prize booth and give it cheesy Area 51 shirts, stickers, koozies, and pens, and it would stop most people from going any further. Throw in a few food trucks and it would be a nice little successful family event.